conducts himself. And he doesn't get caught up with strong drink. He doesn't get caught up with wine and wine bibbling. He doesn't get caught up with women and estranged women. He doesn't get caught up in these ways and things, because that will distract him from where God is trying to direct you. Oh, what wisdom from this woman. That's just like Mom. She tells him, and from his misery, let him drink and forget his poverty and remember his misery no more. See, drinking distorts the mind. It puts you into a disillusioned state. It takes you somewhere else than where you are, and it makes you feel better. It makes the flesh feel good. But for a king, it's about him being a spirit man of God. It's about the Spirit of God dwelling in him, displaying the love of God in him, so that when he speaks, they hear God speaking. And that's what she's trying to let her son know. Oh, King Lemuel, this is not for you, but the love of God is for you. Now, here it is that I want you to understand is for you, my son. See, son, don't get caught up with women. Don't get caught up with the wine that distorts the mind. But this is what I do want you to do. I want you to open your mouth, for the dumb in the cause of all such are appointed to destruction. What I want you to do, my son, is to understand you need, when you open your mouth, because you're the king, Lemuel, because you're my son, Lemuel, and I made a vow to you, and I need you to understand that because of your position, when you open your mouth, things happen. So I want you to use that mouthpiece that God gave you, and I need you to open your mouth up for those who can't speak for themselves. There are many out here, son, that can't speak for themselves. So I need you, because God has positioned you in such a way that you have an understanding. Listen to my words of wisdom. The allegiance that I made to you, the vows that I made to you, is when you speak, son, you will speak the oracles of God. You will speak on behalf of those who can't speak for themselves. Those that will be self-destructive, you stand in the gap, you stand in the way, and lead them to the way of righteousness and holiness in God. Open your mouth, son, but when you open it for a purpose, open it to pursue, and open it to bring somebody to an appointed place out of destruction and into construction. And then the final verse that she says, the final words that she says, I presume there are many more words that she spoke, but King Lemuel remembered these words. These words stuck with him. These words from his mother are seared in his mind, they're seared in his heart, and he wrote it down because he knew there are some other people need to hear the wisdom of this woman who was his mom, who is his mom. And according to historians, what a lot of them believe, this is Bathsheba who was speaking to him. Now, this, again, is nowhere found in the Bible, this association, but theologians and historians have attached Bathsheba possibly being the mother he's speaking of. But this last verse says this. She says, open thy mouth. When you open your mouth, son, I want you to judge, but judge righteously. It's only one way you can judge righteously, and that's from God's perspective. The only way you can judge righteously is looking at it through the eyes of God.